The AgustaWestland AW109 is a lightweight, twin-engine, 8-seat multi-purpose helicopter built by the Anglo-Italian manufacturer AgustaWestland. First flown as the Agusta A109 in 1971, the craft has been used in light transport, medevac, search and rescue, and military roles. Design and development. In the late 1960s, Agusta designed the A109 as a single-engine commercial helicopter. It was soon realized that a twin-engine design was needed, and it was redesigned in 1969 with two Allison 250 C14 turboshaft engines. A projected military version was not developed, and the company concentrated on the 8-seat A109C version. The first of three prototypes made its maiden flight on August 4, 1971. A protracted development then followed, and the first production aircraft was not completed until April 1975. Delivery of production machines started in early 1976. The aircraft soon became a success and began to be used for roles other than as a light transport, including as an air ambulance and search and rescue. In 1975, Agusta returned again to the possibility of a military version, and trials were carried out between 1976 and 1977 with 5 A109s fitted with Hughes aircraft tow missiles. Two military versions were then developed, one for light attack or close support and another for naval operations. Fuselages of AW109 are made by PZLSHWIDNIK. In June 2006, the 500th fuselage was delivered by this manufacturer, marking 10 years of cooperation between the two companies. The sale of the Agusta A109 to the Belgian Armed Forces in 1988 gave rise to a bribery scandal when it was alleged the company had given the Belgian Socialist Party over 50 million Belgian francs to secure the sale. This scandal led to the resignation and conviction of NATO Secretary-General Willy Claes. The Agusta A109 was renamed the AW109 following the July 2000 merger of Finmeccanica S.p.A. and GKN plc's respective helicopter subsidiaries Agusta and Westland Helicopters to form AgustaWestland. In August 2008, Scott Kasprowicz and Steve Sheik broke the round-the-world speed record using a factory-standard AgustaWestland Grand, with a time of 11 days, 7 hours and 2 minutes. The A109S Grand is also the fastest helicopter from New York to Los Angeles. In July 2013, the South African Air Force reported that 18 AW109s had effectively been grounded due to lack of money to keep them flying. They were occasionally activated but did not fly. The SAAF cited a slash in helicopter funds as the reason, with only 71 flight hours allocated to an operational fleet of about 20 AW109s. The helicopters may be reduced to flying VIPs rather than being operationally capable. South Africa is considering selling a number of AW109s, and may cease helicopter operations. Variants: A109A, the first production model, powered by two Allison Model 250 C20 turboshaft engines. It made its first flight on August 4, 1971. Initially, the A109 was marketed under the name of Hirondelle, but this was dropped within a few years. A109AEOA, military version for the Italian Army. A109AMKII, upgraded civilian version of the A109A. A109AMKII MAX, aeromedical evacuation version based on A109AMKII with extra wide cabin and access doors hinged top and bottom, rather than to one side. A109B, unbuilt military version. A109C, 8-seat civil version, powered by two Allison Model 250 C2001 turboshaft engines. A109C MAX, aeromedical evacuation version based on A109C with extra wide cabin and access doors hinged top and bottom, rather than to one side. A109D, one prototype only. A109E Power, upgraded civilian version, initially powered by two turbo Mieke Rias 2K1 engines. Later the manufacturer introduced an option for two Pratt & Whitney PW206C engines to be used Euro. Both versions remain known as the A109E. Marketed as the AW109E in power. A109E Power Elite, stretched cabin version of A109E Power. This variant, which is operated by the RAF, has a glass cockpit with two complete sets of pilot instruments and navigation systems, including a 3-axis autopilot, an auto-coupled instrument landing system and GPS. There is also a moving map display, weather radar and a traffic alerting system. A109 LUH, military LUH light utility helicopter variant based on the A109E Power. Operators include South African Air Force, Swedish Air Force, Royal New Zealand Air Force, Nigerian Air Force, as well as Algeria and Malaysia. MH-68A, 8 A109E Power aircraft were used by the United States Coast Guard Helicopter Interdiction Tactical Squadron Jacksonville as short-range armed interdiction helicopters from 2000 until 2008, when they were replaced with MH-65C Dolphins. Augusta designated these armed interdiction aircraft as Marco until the U.S. Coast Guard officially named it the MH-68A Stingray in 2003. The Hitron configuration included a rescue hoist, emergency floats, FLIR, Spectralib night sun searchlight, a 7.62 mm M240D machine gun and a Barrett M107 semi-automatic .50 caliber sniper rifle with laser sight. A109K, military version. A109K2, high-altitude and high-temperature operations with fixed wheels rather than the retractable wheels of most A109 variants. Typically used by police, search and rescue, and air ambulance operators. A109M, military version. A109KM, military version for high-altitude and high-temperature operations. A109KN, naval version. A109CM, standard military version. A109GDIF, version for Guardia di Finanza, the Italian finance guard. A109BA, version created for the Belgian Army. Based on the A109C with fixed landing gear. A109S Grand, marketed as the AW109 Grand, has a lengthened cabin upgraded civilian version with two Pratt & Whitney Canada PW207 engines and lengthened main rotor blades with different tip design from the Power version. AW109 Spa, AW109 Grand New, single IFR, Tours and EVS, especially for EMS. AW109 Trekker, a variant of the Grand New with fixed landing skids unveiled in 2014 initially for production in the United States factory. Operators. The AW109 is flown by a range of operators including private companies, military services, emergency services and air charter companies. Military and government operators. Algeria, Gendarmerie Nationale, Albania, Albanian Air Force, and Argentina, Argentine Army, a Bangladesh, Bangladesh Navy, a Belgium, Belgian Air Component, a Bulgaria, Bulgarian Border Police, a Chile, Carabineros de Chile, a Greece, Hellenic Air Force, an Italy, Carabinieri, Guardia di Finanza, Italian Army, Vigili del Fuoco, Italian State Police, a Latvia, State Border Guard, a Malaysia, Malaysian Army, a New Zealand, Royal New Zealand Air Force, a Nigeria, Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Navy, a Peru, Peruvian Army, a Philippines, Philippine Navy, Philippine Air Force, a Slovenia, Slovenian Ministry of Defense, Slovenian Police, a South Africa, South African Air Force, a Sweden, Swedish Armed Forces, a Uganda, Uganda National Police, a United Kingdom, Royal Air Force, former military operators, a Australia, Royal Australian Navy, a Paraguay, Paraguayan Air Force, a Slovenia, Slovenian Air Force, a United Kingdom, Army Air Corps. A United States Coast Guard, a Venezuela, Venezuelan Army. Accidents. In 1997, Malaysian businessman Yahya Ahmad, his wife Ruana Othman and pilot Major Azlan Abdul Manas were killed in a crash following a mid-air explosion near Kuala Lumpur, Pahang. In April 2009 April, AA South African Air Force AW109 crashed into Woodstock Dam in the Drakensberg, due to pilot error, killing all three on board. On 17 Augusta 2011, August 17, 2011, Beijing Municipal Public Security Bureau AW109 police helicopter crashed into Mian Reservoir in Mian County, Beijing of China. 3 crewmen were killed and 1 crewman got severe hurt. On 16 January 2013, January 16, 2013, Vauxhall helicopter crash, an AgustaWestland AW109 on charter to rotor mission clipped a construction crane attached to the St George Wharf Tower in Vauxhall, London, before crashing to the ground and bursting into flames, killing the pilot and a person on the ground. The helicopter was completely destroyed and the crane was also seriously damaged. On December 15, 2012, a Nigerian Navy AgustaWestland helicopter crashed in Bayelsa State while conveying VIPs to Port Harcourt from Okoroba village in Bayelsa State. The crash claimed the lives of 6 people, including Kaduna State Governor Patrick Yakuwa. The investigation stated the cause could have either been human error, material failure or a combination of both. Turbomeca were closely examining the engine. On March 30, 2013, a South African Air Force AW109 crashed while on an anti-poaching patrol in the Kruger National Park in South Africa. All 5 SANDF members aboard were killed. Specifications. Data from www.AgustaWestland.com, General characteristics, crew, 1 or 2, capacity, 6 or 7 passengers, length, 11.448 am fuselage, width, 2.88 am, height, 3.50 am, empty weight, 1,590 kg, max takeoff weight, 2,850 kg, power plant, 2 Pratt & Whitney Canada PW206C turboshaft engine, 418 kW each, main rotor diameter, 11.00 am, performance, maximum speed, 285 km/h. Ferry range, 932 km, rate of climb, 9.8 ams, see also. Related development, Agusta A129 Mangusta, AgustaWestland AW119, aircraft of comparable role, configuration and era, Bell 222/230, Bell 430, Eurocopter Dolphin, Eurocopter EC-135, Sikorsky S-76, related lists, list of helicopters, references, citations. Bibliography. External links, AgustaWestland AW109 Power Page, AgustaWestland Grand New Page, A109's presentation on Blue Sky Rotor.